Hello, everybody. In this video, we're going to be talking about some key value storage stuff. My name is Ty Everett with Project Babbage.
And I'm Jackie Liu, also with Project Babbage.
And we're just going to be talking about some cool new things that you can do with the BSV blockchain and the TypeScript SDK library in order to leverage key value storage systems inside of blockchain-based applications. We have an upcoming hackathon, and you can learn more about that on bsvhackathon.com. It's going to be in Medford, Oregon on October 10th and the 11th at the Rockeferry on the ground level of the Rogue Valley Mall. There's going to be $10,000 in prizes available, $5,000 for first place, for building some cool and fun apps that leverage these capabilities. So definitely check that out. The blockchain is a unique data structure because it allows us to do immutable data storage and retrieval across a number of different use cases. But it can sometimes be a little bit complicated and daunting to get started with, and so we wanted to make it a little bit easier. And that's where key value storage systems come into play because they're intuitive, right? You have a key and you have a value. For example, name Jackie, or so the name is the key and the value is let's see, and then Jackie is the value, right? So this type of key value storage system is useful in a number of different applications. What we want to do is just kind of talk about key value storage systems in concept, and then we'll get into a little bit of code for putting them into operational use, and we'll talk about at least one cool demo app created by Mort. So shout out to Mort for creating a really cool use case on top of key value storage systems on the BSV blockchain. I guess maybe where we can start, Jackie, is just a little review of some of these things. You said you're pretty new to KV Store, and that's why I wanted to do this live stream so that we can basically just go from first principles, and I can try to explain some of the concepts, and then maybe you can walk through some of the code.
Yeah, totally.
I guess from a computer science standpoint, right? Like key value storage is pretty simple, right? Like you just have keys and then you look them up and you can find the values.
Yep.
So you can do set, like basically you can set a key to a particular value, you can update it, you can delete it, and then of course you can
Get it as well.
You can retrieve the value. So you have CRUD, create, read, update, delete. There's low-level implementation details of this, which use the blockchain in order to make this work. But at a high level, I mean, that's really all there is. And then it's like, okay, what can people build with this this capability inside of an application, a hackathon project, whatever, that uses this type of key value storage? And then, perhaps more importantly, why is that more valuable when we are using a blockchain? Those are things that maybe we'll unpack a little bit later. But yeah, maybe the best way to get started would just be to walk through the code and maybe try to build a little something. Unless there's specific questions, then maybe we can unpack how it's working as we move along.
Yeah, totally.
I can try to put up this screen here, and then we can let's see. Right. So here we are looking at KV Store overlay services, and this is an implementation of a tracking system for key value storage on the BSV blockchain. With the TypeScript SDK, there are two approaches to key value storage. One is local to the particular user, and then one is global. So you have local KV Store, and then you have global KV Store. If you want to start with a simple React project, then we can do that. If you go, let's see, you have a terminal here.
Yeah.
And then what is it? npx at bsv/app, I think. And so this is how you get started building any BSV app. It should just install this. And then you can just say, create a to-do list app, which is the third one down. And then you can just call this KV demo or something like that. And then should just be able to install some dependencies, and then you can cd into that directory, and then, you know, open your Visual Studio Code. Then you'll have a front end folder, and you can change directory into the front end, and then you can npm run start. I mean, you could bring up Lars, but actually the front end directory you can just do directly with Vite. So this is how we create an application in BSV. Very simple. You know, from any terminal, you just install Node, and then you open it up this way. And you can see there's a web browser here, and this is the to-do list application. But there are other applications that there are things that we can do in this project that leverage KV store, which is kind of the purpose of walking through this. I believe you already have the TypeScript SDK installed in this project.
Yes, I do.
And you should make sure that the version of TypeScript SDK in the front end is the latest. So 1.8.1 actually.
No, let's do BSV SDK latest.
Yep. And then we could go into app.tsx, for example, and we could rip out a lot of the logic so that we have some blank canvas to start from when we're doing, you know, key value storage stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think the simplest use case of key value store would be like, you know, local anyways, would be like you enter a key and a value in a text field and you hit set, right? Or you enter a key and you hit get and it shows you what it is.
Mm-hmm.
Or you could hit delete, I guess, and it would remove it. And that would just be a little hands-on demo for showing how simple it can be when we're just, you know, using the KV store system. So there's some to-do list specific code here that, you know, we don't necessarily need a lot of, but we'll just kind of, the purpose of starting from this to-do list app is simply, you know, let's just have a skeleton. We can rip out a lot of the guts and then add our own simple things. And we'll probably end up publishing this when it's, you know, when we're done with it. But we'll see where we get to in the live stream. So you've got a few state variables and all this stuff. There's a lot here, but if we assume, you know, the metanet is open and all of that, we could probably delete everything from like line 55 all the way down to the return statement. If you go to, right when it says return is where we would kind of, 55 to like, 390. Yep. So now you just have a simple, you know, and then the UI itself, we have the app bar, that's fine. But a few of this, you know, a few of these things can just be removed. I mean, we have this MNC modal, we can even remove that probably for now. We'll just assume that we have it open for this live stream. The app bar is there, and then everything from 83 on down, I think, would probably also be deleted. Something like that. And we just have to close off our and then what was it? Less than sign / greater than sign below that? Because of 59.
Oh, yeah.
There we go.
And then boom, and boom.
All right. So now we should be back to a working state. If we go to the web browser, we can see, and this gives us a basic, and maybe we even need to save this as a template so that so that we have one that's just completely empty. But we can see if this gives us any errors in the browser, and once we get to that, we'll be able to import KV Store.
Let's see. 83.
Okay.
No errors.
All right. So there we are. A simple thing we could do is just to add a little text field and or two text fields, I guess. One for the key and one for the value.
How about topography? And this, or we can do key colon.
Would this typography go below 79?
Oh, yeah. Totally. Below 79.
So, no, I said, sorry, now it's changed, but of course, below the app bar.
Below the app bar, yes.
There we go. So now that'll be so we got a key and we got a value. And then we'll want, of course, state variables just to store our key and our value.
What's the format for state variable?
It's just going to be const left bracket.
Yep.
You could call it, key.
Key.
So you'll go key, comma, set key.
Oh yeah. Set key
Equals use state. And it's just going to be an empty, use state string. And then you can do left parentheses, because you're basically saying, use state with an empty string.
Cool.
Right. And then the same for the value. And so the key value storage system, we're building a little user interface, and then we'll call into the and then each of these should be initialized with just an empty string inside the parentheses. And that way we have some, right. Okay. So we have a handler. We can say handle set or something. Right. So const handle set would be a function. So you'll go const handle set equals, and then your function arrow. Yep. All right. And then you could do what? We should import local KV store. So from the TypeScript SDK, I think you have the installation already.
Oh, do we? Is it just in the SDK?
Yeah, it's just in the SDK itself.
Oh, cool.
So at BSV/SDK, all you have to do is import
Local KV store right there.
Local KV store, and then you can. I think we're creating a new wallet client up here already, right?
Not yet, but I can.
I thought there was in the yes. Let's see.
Importing wallet client. Oh yeah, we are.
And so right below that, even outside the app, we can create a new KV store.
Local KV store.
And I don't believe, I might just want a wallet as a parameter or something. You can hover over it and it'll tell you.
Yeah.
Wallet is, okay. So you've just created a new KV store with your wallet.
Okay.
So now you can call, well, we're going to handle set here. So it'd be what? KV store dot set.
So in handle set.
Yeah.
KV store dot set.
And you can pass in the key and the value.
Cool. Key, comma, value.
Something like that should be good.
It's not assigned with. Oh. Yeah.
Uppercase versus lowercase.
Yep.
Okay. And that's all for handle set. And then we'll want handle get.
Okay.
So and it'll just be set value, right? KV store.get key. Or no, get, and then you'll want to say the key.
Ah, I see.
So you're getting the key, and then you'll wrap this in a set value. So you're gonna you'll call because this is going to return on line 53. It's going to return a promise for value. So you'll want to await.
Wait, what am I doing?
Well, let's see. So when we want to get the value for a given key, right? We want to set our value variable equal to the thing we got.
Oh yeah. Yep.
So yeah, you'll want to, yeah.
So KV store dot set value here.
Well, we're going to set our, so we have a variable called value on line 46.
Yeah.
And we want to just call set value.
Oh yeah, set.
Right.
Value. Value here.
And this is going to be in the get.
In the get.
So line 50 will move down below. Yeah, right. So const, because KV store.get, right?
Mm-hmm.
Basically, so here's how KV store works. We have KV store.get, which will return the value from KV store.
Mm-hmm.
And that should be, that will be what KV store currently has.
Mm-hmm.
So when we wire up our button.
Oh yeah.
So you'll say like, you'll basically assign it, right?
Value down here.
Yeah, and then the key is going to show you what the key is.
Yep. So we actually do get key here as well. Or set key here as well.
When we are changing the text in the text fields,
mm-hmm.
then we will want to obviously update the state variables. We'll do that in a little bit.
Cool.
But up here to finish the handle get,
mm-hmm.
you'll basically just want to say on line 53, you'll want to assign that value to something because KV store.get is going to return a value, right? Mm-hmm. You can say const, temp or something, or yeah, there you go, and then you'll set that to v, and you'll say await, and make this async. Const v equals await. Oh, I guess you could do it that way too. Yeah, and then just make the function async. It's after the equals.
Oh.
Silly JavaScript syntax. Okay. All right. So now you can set that to v. Oh wait, is that saying argument of type string or undefined? Say as string. Okay. Cool. Yeah. All right. So we have two functions to wire up. When we, hit a submit button for setting a value, obviously we'll call handle set and we'll set the value in KV store equal to the value of our state variable. So this one, what do we want? A button that says set and be on click. And then, yep, on click equals, what is it? And then you can just put, yeah, handle set. And the same with our get button. Yep.
Get value.
Okay, so we got our text fields, or no, we got our typographies here, which show the current values that are in the state variables. And then we just need a way to change. Actually, we can test this before we even add text fields. Because what we can do is, let's see what this looks like in the browser currently.
Yeah. So if we come here, there's a set button and a get button.
Right. If you initialize the variables with something other than empty strings in the top of the, where it says use state.
Let's do key and value.
I don't know if we can put I hope we can put exclamation points.
I think we can. Yeah, we can.
All right. And then if you just hit, what is it? Set, right? You'll be setting that key to a value, and your metanet pops up automatically, and that's all that's required. So you can just allow. It should ask you to create a transaction. I wonder what's going on in the network tab. Oh, I see. There it is.
Cool.
Approve. And then now we can show that this is actually on chain by if you go to the React app and you change the value in value to something else. Oh, I see. It wants permissions. And then we call get. It should update it back to what was on chain. So for the same key, and there it is, right? It persisted it.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a demonstration of how key values can be stored on chain and then brought back, right? So a very simple application allows us to set a particular key to a particular value, and then later we can retrieve the value back from the blockchain and bring it back into our application. So this is called local KV store because it's scoped to the local user. It means that for this particular person, this key equals this value. Every person gets their own copy of this key and sets it to whatever value they want, and that's all independent. There's no like shared state. Global KV store is more complex, but let's finish this application by adding maybe a little text field so that we can actually change these dynamically.
Yeah, so we can change the key.
Yeah, change the key and even the value. So you'll want to go text field. You can use this from MUI. So rather than using typography.
Text.
Right.
Cool. So instead of using typography here.
And we'll see if I can remember or you can remember, because I don't fully remember MUI stuff either, but I think it's like text field. And then I think it's just, it's self-closing. It's like / greater than. And then I think inside of there, we pass a bunch of things. Let's see, text field. And then, yeah, right above there, we pass our props. So it's like value equals key in this case. And then I think it's on change equals, and then this is a function that takes e arrow. Yeah.
Oh, wait. Are we wanting to call handle set?
No, because we're actually changing the state variable. We're not submitting it yet.
Yeah.
This is just to update the value, like when we type.
Cool.
So it's like e arrow.
Oh yeah.
And then it's what is it? Set value e dot. Oh wait, set key. So set key, and then left paren, and then it's like e dot target dot value or something. Target dot value. Okay.
Let's see if this works.
So now we should be able to change the right.
Cool.
And then we can also have one for the other one. So you can copy the text field for the value as well.
Cool.
May as well, yeah.
I'll keep this topography.
Yeah, but then we can also have a text field.
Or stored value. And then value. E.set value.
And then it's still e.target.value, but not because of what the variable is called. It's just always e.target.value.
Yep.
So stored value, and then as you change it, it should.
Oh, one moment. Let me just change this back to empty string. Okay, so if I just do key exclamation point, and get, still shows the same value, which is expected. But
Yeah.
now if I do, say, a test and try and get the value, nothing is stored.
Right.
Let's do test value here.
Set.
Spend it. Delete stored value, and it stores. Cool.
So you successfully built a way to store and retrieve data on the blockchain for the local user in an application. And this is something that everybody at the hackathon could easily do if they follow along here, right? It's just some simple React. Most of the time, I think, for this has been spent on just like React stuff. Like the blockchain really steps out of the way, right? We're making it as easy as we can for average people to use the BSV blockchain and to create these type of systems. And then it's just, we have to remember how to do our silly React things. And like I haven't written React stuff in a while, and like it's doing this receding app. Like I'm doing this live stream series, and I hope to finish that up soon before the hackathon, in which I'm also doing some React stuff. And yeah, it's tricky, but like I think the key value storage stuff can be used for a lot, and this is just one example of key value storage. So we'll maybe commit this as a very simple. You might even just Control A this whole file and copy it, and then just go to like gist. And I wouldn't reveal your gists on like live stream, but if you go to like gist.github.com eventually, we'll just like make a gist. It doesn't even have to be like a whole repo and everything. Just like post this code on Pastebin or something, and then put it up for people if they want to check it out as a way to get started with KV store. But yeah, maybe we'll I don't know, have an AI like do some styly things or whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, we'll do that perhaps after this live stream, and we'll share this link for what we just built on X and everything like that. So yeah, that's how easy it is to get started with KV Store. And to show what can happen if somebody looks at all of this and then decides they want to build something really cool, let's go back to Mort and what he built. So we know Mort from our Slack, and great guy. Actually had the pleasure of spending some time with him when we were in New York City together 4 years ago. And recently, he decided to check out the BRC100 ecosystem and to get on the MetaNet. He's been on the MetaNet for a very long time, actually. But he decided to build this app called Dropblocks. So dropblocks.org is using. My understanding is Dropblocks. So check out Dropblocks if you want. And it uses, my understanding is it uses the KV Store code to create a file system where you can keep all of your stuff in this this application here. And that's a really cool application. So you can check it out. You can add your files to it. You can even encrypt them for privacy. And that way they're not just on the blockchain. the way that KV Store works internally is it uses what's called UTXO tokens or blockchain tokens to store your data. When you update a key, it will, it will like spend the previous version and then create a record of what used to be there, so that for the purposes of auditing or going back and looking at history, you have a clear picture of what used to be set at a particular key. But sometimes you don't want to publish everything about your data, and you just want to have a local way to do KV Store. You can encrypt your files, and Dropblocks allows you to do that. So, this the purpose here is let's get people started with KV Store, but then let's also show the power of KV Store when you understand it, for uploading a file onto the BSV blockchain, and then being able to access it in this nice user interface. So shout out to Mort for building this. It's really cool, and I'm really excited to see what people do with this type of thing. Let's see what is going on in our thank you very much to Be the Broadcast for sharing our live stream. And let's see, what does it say?
The audio is busted.
Oh no. Well, that's unfortunate. We'll have to check that out after the live stream and make sure that our audio is being captured properly. I thought we did run a little test, but anyways, thanks for letting us know. Just wanted to showcase some of the potential for the KV Store system to be used, and to get things out there for people. So check out the key value storage systems. You can also go further with global KV Store. If you want to coordinate and synchronize state among multiple parties, you can read the global KV Store documentation and check out KV Store services. So lots of stuff coming down the pipeline with it. And for more advanced use cases, of course, you can check out the SDK documentation. We just want to encourage people to deep dive into this stuff and showcase how easy it is to get started with a very simple application, and then maybe bring something to the hackathon. Maybe you have an idea for what you could build with the key value storage system on the BSV blockchain. And if you do, we'd love to see you in Medford. You should just fly into the Medford airport and then go to the Rogue Valley Mall, and we'll see you at Rock Ferry, the 10th and the 11th of October. So anyways, let's just do this. All right, cool. Yeah, so thank you for tuning in, everybody. I think this has been, been a good little way to connect with some people and show what we can do when we just take some time and write some code and build some fun applications on the MetaNet. So thanks for tuning in. Look forward to seeing you in Medford. Remember, $10,000 worth of prizes, $5,000 for first place. And, even if you don't win first place, $3,000 for second place and $2,000 for third place. So, good opportunity to network around with some people and get to know more about this technology, and come pay a visit to my hometown of Medford, Oregon. It would be nice to see people here, and we're very excited to be lowering the bar for developers building applications that don't rely on centralized systems. KV Store is valuable because the users hold the data directly on the blockchain in their wallet, and that stuff exists on their own device, right? So breaking free from the data silos of Web 2 and moving forward towards the self-sovereign features of Web 3. With that, we'll end this live stream, but thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll catch you next time. We'll also see you hopefully in Medford, the BSV Hackathon. So take care, everybody.